Welcome back to another edition of the Gentleman of Style Show. I'm Baldwin.
And I'm Creech. And today we've got a great show for you, and it's all about the men. All about the men. But ladies, we want you to take notice as well. Today's topic is
The Fellas Night Out.
the fellas' night out. Something that we all need as fellas, but something that the ladies need as well. They need us to go away for a little while. Let them have a little time to themselves as well.
Where should we go? What should we do? Who knows?
Well, fellas, there's a lot of things we can do. It just depends on what you like to do. For my brothers and fellas that don't drink, then of course you're going to want to go somewhere that's probably not so alcohol based. So you probably don't want to, go to a bar or something like that, but you might be into golf. Or you might even be into, playing, pool or doing a little bowling.
That's true. That's true. Hey, you might be into boxing. You can go to a boxing match. I mean, there are boxing matches here in Atlanta. I mean, I just recently found out about it, so I'm going to be partaking in that myself.
Yep, and good. I mean, that was a good transition. Sporting events is always something that a lot of men like to, like to go to.
Football games, basketball games. Hey, we have major league teams here.
And it's not limited to that. Sometimes you can just go to a high school game.
That's true. That's very true.
Me and one of my classmates went to a high school game probably about a month and a half ago. His son was playing, had a good time. Unfortunately, they lost, but still had a good time, just having that camaraderie and being able to hang out with my brother. So.
Exactly. I mean, there's a myriad number of things that you could do. The list is almost, I won't say endless, but it can be endless. I mean, a fella's night out can be more than just a night out. I mean, we can elaborate this and expand on it. Could be a fella's trip. Ladies have ladies' trips. Fellas, we need to have a trip too.
Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of great destinations that we can go to. Of course, the number one on the list normally is probably Vegas. We've seen all the different Vegas movie trips and all that good stuff. But hey, the reality is Vegas is a nice place to visit. Go have a little fun, let your hair down. Of course, we ain't got anywhere. You still go, let your hair down, have a good time, and have that camaraderie with your brothers. But the most important thing is just to have the camaraderie with your brothers.
Absolutely.
A lot of times we don't get a chance to spend all that amount of time with our friends like we used to. You get older, you got other responsibilities, other obligations. So
that's very true. Everyone's working. Everyone has family life that they need to deal with. So it makes it hard to schedule those times throughout the year because you want to maximize your time with your family, especially if you have young kids or significant others of that nature. They want to travel and spend time as well. So, but it's still very important that the guys get together and do the camaraderie, as Terrence said, and spend that time. I mean, we're still growing and we can share things that help us, in our everyday life.
Yeah, because you need to have those conversations with your boys, your brothers, your fellas, just about everyday life, whether it's business, whether it's even, family issues, whether it's, just some things that you want to get off your chest. And sometimes you don't want to have that conversation with your significant other or your wife or your girlfriend. But you want to have that conversation with somebody who either knows you like that or who's been there, through those times, and, have similar issues or been through similar things. So.
Let me tell you, I just thought of two more places that were just kind of, I think pretty cool to go. Once a year they have a car show here. And I'm thinking most cities they have a car show that comes through. You go out and see the new cars. Sometimes they mix boats in with that. And it's cool. It's cool to go to the boat show. And it's cool to go to the RV show. I really enjoy going and looking at the RVs. I don't have it in my budget yet, but one day I might partake in one of those. I mean, very nice. The boats are nice too as well. So that the car show, the RV show. Oh, I forgot the gun show. They have like crazy amounts of guns at the gun show if that's something that you're into. And they have like all types of other weapons and knives and things like that. I mean, I'm only saying this because it's a man thing. I find it interesting to go look at that stuff. So that's another place that you can go camaraderie with your bros.
Yeah, and with sporting events, sometimes if you're not into the big sporting events, but you like to partake in some things, going to a driving range is a simple thing to do. I have not been to a driving range in quite some time, but I enjoy going to the driving range. Get a little frustration out on the golf range, trying to drive that ball and see how far you can hit it. It's a great time. I don't go golfing that often. I don't even own golf clubs anymore, but I need to get me another set. I've been invited year after year to go on a boys trip to Myrtle Beach just to go golfing. And, you know, I really hadn't had the time, but I'm trying to make the time.
Two things Terrence just said. Golfing. Depending on which city you're in, Top Golf. That's a cool place to go. One of my friends and I, we went to that place. It's nice. It's an inside facility where you can just go and hit some balls. They have food, they have drink, everything's there. They have pool tables and all sorts of activities at that place. Very nice. Two, Terrence mentioned going to the beach. Is that what you said?
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. That made me think about fishing trips. I know once upon a time we were planning a fishing trip, but that never materialized. But I think that'll be something cool to do. Some of you guys have already done that, so you probably know what I'm talking about. So a fishing trip, that's something else that you could get into.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And with a fishing trip, for those who don't really fish, the camaraderie still doesn't change.
Correct.
You just be on the boat, hanging out, doing what everybody else does. You just won't be fishing. So those are great examples of things that you can do that aren't just a day. And sometimes it can be a day trip. You can go on a day trip fishing. No problem with that. You just have to be close enough to near the body of water where you can get there early in the morning and then get back later on in the evening. But you know, that's kind of up to you and your fellas, you know, and your cohorts, whatever y'all decide to do and how you guys want to do it. But the main thing is to just have those times where you and your boys, and especially if you have sons or nephews and they get older and then that 16, 17, 18 range, so they're going into manhood, incorporate those young guys in there, especially things that don't involve alcohol or, you know, adult type things. Involve those young men so they can start to, you know, get that male bonding in as well.
And Terrence, he just made me think of two more additional things. Camping and hiking. And when you spoke about if you have kids, young men, I mean, it could be the girls too. I mean, well, we're talking about the boys, but still, camping and hiking, that's something that you could do. I mean, there's an unlimited amount of places to go do these type of activities.
I won't be partaking in that, but I won't be partaking in that. But
Why? What's wrong with that?
I'm not. That's not me.
Oh, you would love it.
No, not doing that.
I tell you what, there's a place here. They have what's called yurts,
Okay.
and you can go out there, and it's almost like a tent, but it's not a tent.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the next step up from a tent. I even think they have air conditioning.
You know what?
What?
There's another place that I know of.
What's that?
It's called the Four Seasons.
Oh,
And
okay.
they have unlimited water, unlimited air. They've got an outdoor pool, so if you want to be close to nature, you can be.
Touche. If that's your thing and you want to camp out at the Four Seasons, hey, go for it.
No, I kid. I mean, I probably would go camping. It wouldn't be for a long period of time. It's not because I don't know how to rough it. You know, I was in the Marine Corps. I know what it is to be in the woods. Don't care for it, so that's why I don't do it. So I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it real.
That's good.
But
Ain't nothing wrong with keeping it real. There's
I'm just
nothing
keeping
wrong
it real.
with
It
that.
just ain't my thing at this point. But a great thing about it is if you get a bunch of guys together and they say, let's go do this, you should try some new things. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying some new things. If you don't like it, you know not to do it again. But it's about having that time with your boys and y'all can, you know, just kind of kick it. And, you know, of course you're going to reminisce and talk about old times and remember when such and such did whatever. And it's all in love and it's all in fun. You know, when we get together, even when we're shooting the show, we start reminiscing sometimes about the stuff that we went through and been through and hanging out at A&T and all these different adventures and things that we've had over the years. And, you know, it's always a great time to remember those things because they make you who you are.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, ladies, just for you guys, there's nothing wrong with guys having a boys trip, okay, or a guy trip, or a fellas trip, or however you want to say it. There's nothing wrong with that. When we go out, we're basically doing the same thing as you guys are doing. We're talking about you guys, and we're talking about relationships. We're talking about life. Go ahead.
I'm not doing that.
He's not.
I'm not talking about y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't want to talk about y'all.
A lot of times we do. We talk about y'all.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Don't let them think that. We don't really be thinking about y'all like that. And it ain't that we don't.
Dang.
I'm just keeping it real.
Okay.
We not. I mean, you have your relationships. You're doing what you do, but when we get a chance to really sit down, like when me and you, when we get a chance to sit down in politics, we talk
I
about
mean,
business.
it's not an extensive deep
Right.
dive into it and everything.
It's about
All I'm saying is it does come up. You know, we may touch on it or something.
You ask how the family is. You if something big in the life coming up, you talk about that stuff. But I don't want them to get it misconstrued that basically we want to have a conversation. Get out there and start talking about all our problems and she did this and it ain't that kind of conversation. I'm promising you. Not unless you've done something wrong to your man, then maybe. But outside of that, we get together. We want to just talk about really a bunch of nothing and life all at the same time. We talk about the things that are going on in life, but then we just want to kind of talk about just nothing. We want to talk about the game. We want to talk about,
Sometimes we just sleep.
that too.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes we just sleep. Getting away from everything, shut down.
So it's a measure of it's a balance out there. We just want to make sure that we had a conversation not too long ago about the movie Girls Trip, and so that got us to thinking, maybe we should talk a little bit about that for the fellas.
Just FYI, I have not seen the movie, so.
I've seen the movie. It was a very good. It was a well-written movie. It was a good movie. Big ups to Tiffany Haddish. She killed it in that movie. She was extremely funny. I don't even know how they got through the movie dealing with her because she is off the chain. So I really take my hats off to her, literally and figuratively. She really, really did her thing. So not to exclude anybody. The other ladies in the movie were great. Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett, Regina Hall. Those ladies were great. But Tiffany Haddish, when I tell you the comedian, yeah, she's
That's
that.
saying a lot.
Yeah, she's that. So if you don't know who she is, go check her out. Tiffany Haddish. She's I don't even want to say up and coming. She's here now. If you
Okay, enough of that. This is about fellas trip.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
This is a fellas trip.
My bad.
Okay.
My bad. But that was what we're talking about. But anyway, that's how the topic came
that's
about.
a standard.
Yeah, that's how the topic came up. So we wanted to make sure that we reach out to you guys and talk to you about that, give you some ideas. And as you guys have probably already noticed that, we don't have on the suits. We decided to basically just dress it down a little bit. We still got on a coat. We can do that. But it's the same thing with fellas night out. You don't have to go out in your formal, and you don't have to go out in your jean. You can go out in between, and you can do a whole lot in one given night.
Right.
Stop for drinks, go to a fight. What else did we mention? Go if you really wanted to. You can go bowling. I can take this coat off. You can go bowling. You can do whatever you want. So this is that attire where you can. You can rock and roll, do whatever you need to do. You can go anywhere you want to go with this, and nobody's gonna say anything to you except, "Oh wow, he's ready for whatever."
Whatever.
Evening time, fella night attire. I love that. That's what it is.
Hey, it sounds good.
Put it all together like that.
It sounds good to
Put
me.
it all together like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we want to talk on, ladies. The other thing for you guys is make sure that if your man is one of those people that doesn't go out too much, push him out the door. Just nudge him a little bit. Y'all both need that time away because if y'all getting on each other's nerves, it could be just that simple. Y'all need a little time away. So nudge him out the door. Send him on over his cousin or his brother's house. Let him sit over there and have a drink or cook out or watch the game or something. But nudge him on out the door so he can have that time and you can have your time. So we'll all be a little bit happier just having that little bit of time to ourselves.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if you have that husband that's sitting at home or that boyfriend or whoever it is, push him out the door. Push him out the door.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wild. Don't kick him out, but.
Well, I think they get what you're saying.
Yeah, So I want to make sure that I clarify.
I think
people, tend to take some things we say very literally. No, I'm not saying give your man the boot and get the hell out of here. All I'm saying is just nudge him out the door and say, baby, why don't you go somewhere? Or baby, why don't you go to your brother's house? Give him that kiss on the cheek and send him on out there happy. And make your relationship a little bit stronger. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
As they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what it is. So, heart can't grow fonder if you ain't never absent.
That's true. That is very true.
So, with that being said, fellas, find your time. Go get you a fellas trip. Get it started. Plan it.
All right. that's a wrap. We're done today. We thank you guys for joining us once again for the Gentleman of Style show. And you know our motto, there's no excuse for good taste, because at the Gentleman of Style show, we believe in better. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Chosen to bring forth that hope and put it back together when niggas thought it was broken, but it's open wide enough for the whole fam to come through. Dough stacking in bundles, flows tracks in the 1-2s. Get your run shoes, run fast as you can. Here comes the Iron Man. Jump out the frying pan, smack dead in the fire. I ain't Iron Man. Shorty said rest your head and retire, but I'm the boss, babe. Flawless ink AW.